Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just in time. Greetings, everyone. It's Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I'm excited yet again because I have another extraordinary guest, and I'm just going to say this about this amazing individual, this amazing soul. She is just synonymous with just growth and just living and learning and just flowing and evolving. And she's here to share with us some of those, some her insights and experiences. And I'm just so excited. But without further ado, I introduce to you Lindsey Lutz. Yeah, that's right. I was about to say Lindsay Lohan. Lindsey Lutz. Yes. And how would I forget that? Because I'm Lute and she's Lute. How are you doing today, Lindsay?
I'm doing amazing. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Yes, and I'm excited for you to be here, and I'm just so thankful for this present moment. I just it always excites me to be able to connect with another person and just that I haven't met before and just learn. We're all on this planet and just you meet different people and especially virtually. This is an amazing technology. We're able to just reach out to people that we probably would normally wouldn't encounter and just so amazing. And before I keep going, I just want to say that I believe that time is one of our most precious assets, right? So for you to choose to spend just a moment of your time here with me in the history of your timeline on Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, I just want to express my sincerest gratitude to you and say thank you, thank you, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I'm
Yes.
excited to spend it with you.
Yeah. So give us a little bit of, let's just start here. Give us a little insight of your journey. What led up to whatever and where you are now, what are you going through, involved in now, like I mentioned, the double A, just give us a little insight on that. Like I said, like I mentioned prior, this will not only um encourage yourself, reinforce things for yourself, but encourage me and whoever else is listening. There's somebody out there that needs to hear this, so please share with us a bit.
Beautiful. Absolutely. I would love to.
Right.
Um, First I want to start off by just saying, thank you again.
You're
This is
welcome.
actually creating a moment of healing for me, so I'm grateful for that.
Yes.
Truly.
Thank you. Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, as you mentioned, like we all go through things and they're for our benefit, even though they're hard. And even just this experience here, you reached out to me
Right.
and I struggled with self-doubt and self-worth and value,
Mhm.
which has kind of been an ongoing thing in my journey.
Right.
And so my mind, my pre-programming, my programming, my past self creeps up every once in a while, right?
Right.
And
Right.
and so I had those thoughts, like what value do I have to add? I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything that people want to hear. And those are the thoughts that I get sometimes. And truly um it truly gave me a moment to sit with that and really dive deep on where that was coming from. And so I came to the understanding that it's my message to say, that it's okay to be in that unknown area of your life,
Right.
even when things aren't necessarily all structured and planned and going according to what life deems as successful, what society deems as successful. You know, uh, I believe it's my message to say that it's okay to be, halfway out of the cocoon, so to speak.
Right.
Um,
I agree. I totally agree. I totally
yeah,
agree. That resonates with me. Go ahead,
absolutely.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, Oh, what started this journey of mine? It's just, I mean, goes back to childhood, really. And growing up in a very chaotic environment with addictions and alcoholism and all different kinds of abuses and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I was just living so unaware of my own behaviors that I created to keep myself safe in that environment, and how they leaked out in every area of my life. And as a child, those behaviors kept me safe. Um, Staying small, staying quiet, people pleasing, um, you know, um, drowning and numbing, those kinds of things um, kept me safe. But in my adult years, they were not so effective of meeting those needs anymore. I had different needs as you evolve, right? And my behaviors weren't evolving quite as I needed them to help me meet my needs as an adult. And so it created a lot of chaos and a lot of conflict in my relationships, and specifically with myself. And so there just came a time where I knew that life could be better and different, and I wanted to know what that was like. I wanted to know very, very desperately what it was like to live a clean and sober life.
Right. Let
And
me let me pause you right there just real quick. Please don't lose your train of thought. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I just
absolutely.
have to highlight this. I was joking around, because you're Lindsey Lutz, right? And then you are also called Lute. And then I said a joke, we're twins. Everything that you just mentioned sound like I'm listening to my own head talk to me. I'm I couldn't make this up. And if I was making it up, believe me, this is recorded and I've done plenty of shows for years. So people have heard my story. So, you know, I would sound like a fraud if I was to say oh yes, I did the same thing. No, nope. Sounded like exactly thus far my same experiences, my same perspectives, my same feelings, everything. Go ahead,
Mhm.
Lindsay. And that's why I believe I know now, not believe, that was inspired to reach out to you and to listen to you. Um, yes. Go ahead. I apologize.
That's no, I get it. I mean, we're not the only ones, right? Like
Right.
there's so many people out there that go through, that kind of upbringing, those kinds of behaviors, those kinds of thoughts.
Right.
Um, and it's textbook, really. I mean,
Right.
it's in a textbook that you can read,
Right.
right?
Right. No. Yes.
So, I mean, it's ubiquitous out there, um, and I don't find that we talk about it enough. And I've been scared to talk about it, really, right? And
Right.
myself. Um and now it's almost the opposite fear. I have more of a fear of being successful than a failure. And
Mm. Wow. Wow. Wow.
that's kind of what I got to work through, right? Because
Yes.
you know um I've been conditioned
Right.
to dim my light, um, in fear of, you know, in fear of what other people think, and
Right.
what other people are going to say, or trying to dim me down. I don't want to make anybody else feel small. I don't want to make anybody else feel less than, but I also want to feel good about me and myself, and I want to emanate that positivity, that empowerment for change, that it is possible. And yeah, I want to promote that, um, and just, if it reaches anybody to spark any kind of hope of possibility, that's just kind of what I want my life to do. But yeah, coming from that, like going from um, going from that chaos, and becoming aware that my behaviors and thought patterns were holding me back, and really, really wanting change, but not knowing how. That was my dilemma, right? Because I didn't know any different. I didn't know how change was possible. I just knew other people were living that way, and I didn't understand how, because I had only seen the chaos and the fighting and the drinking, the drugging, and all that kind of stuff, right? And so it just boggled my mind that there could be another way. And so and you know, cue the AA, and uh I needed the support, and I wasn't getting that in my family of origin. You know, and they say you can't get better where you got sick, right? You can't.
Wow.
It's just you can't get better in the environment that you got sick in.
Right.
And so I had to remove myself from that environment, which was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life.
Yes.
You know, having to love people who I love dearly from a distance, and still send them so much love from a distance, but keeping it that way. And I just, yeah, I knew there were other things, like other, you know, emotional, I guess emotional traumas, I would
Right.
say,
Right.
that I had to really work through, but I was numbing it so much with all the drugs and alcohol that um, it seemed unbearable,
Mm.
right? And so I came to the realization that I couldn't start looking at those things and actually changing those beliefs, those limiting beliefs, those you know, those hard wires in my brain
Right.
for those types of behaviors until I stopped the drinking and the drugs,
Right. Right.
and I found a community that really helped me do
Mm.
that, and help me get there. So yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible journey, and I it's um I'm almost flabbergasted every time I think of where I am in the
Right.
moment. It's like it's periodic moments of awareness that it's like, wow, like I'm living my dream.
Right.
I'm living my prayer,
Yes.
and I get more prayers to get answered at some point, right? Like I get the opportunity to have more prayers answered.
Right.
But right now I can really sit in the moment and be like, this was something I prayed for, and I
Right.
get to experience right now.
Wow. And it
It,
totally shines through too that you're in a much better place. I mean, I don't know where you were other than, you know, your explanation that you gave us, your testimony, but you totally seems like you're in a beautiful place. And that's not saying that you don't go through any adversities anymore, because I have a strong belief that we're all uh, masterpieces
mm,
and work in progress at the same time. So
mm,
that means we still got things we're working on, and we still, like I mentioned before, have setbacks. And one thing that you said, no, a lot of things that you said, but one thing I would like to highlight is you can't heal in the same environment you got sick in. I can resonate with that again totally, because I have you know, although it's difficult, and it saddens me at times, but I've had to separate from you know, family. Uh, I won't name specifically right now, but certain family members that were really close to me in order to heal my mindset. Not specifically in my case, substances as far as that, although I have struggled with alcohol and all that in the past. But what I'm saying is, just the mindset, the just the toxic mindset. I had to separate myself from that and love people from a distance, like you said. And you know, it's hard, but anything to me worth something is not easy. So
mm,
we have to shake ourselves up and get out of our comfort zone, because we can become comfortable in discomfort because it's familiar to us. And so oftentimes to go to the unknown is scary, more scarier than staying where it's not right, where we're not growing. But the key thing is, from my perspective, you got to a point where you got out of your own way and started listening to your intuition, that that you weren't growing and you needed to do something about it. So amazing.
yeah,
That-
absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, um, yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry for the loss of a close family member that you love,
Right,
because it is truly a loss, regardless of toxicity or not.
right. It
You
is.
know, you
It is because they're a part of you, and I can just go on and on. Not only DNA wise, physically, but emotionally. No matter if it was a you know healthy, because there are some good things there too. So
yeah.
it wasn't all bad, but at the same time, if you're going to grow, you have
Mhm.
to, and especially if they're still in that same frequency, that same mindset, you got to get away from it.
Absolutely.
You have to for yourself, you know.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I do. I grieve
right.
myself periodically, because I do believe too, like you said, anything that's worth it is difficult. It's a
It
difficult
is.
adventure, because it's a delayed gratification, right? You got to kind
Right.
of, and that's not easy, especially with today's world, right?
Oh yeah,
So
we want instant gratification. So yeah, delayed gratification, and that's where the work in lies is
yeah,
putting off that instant gratification for something that's going to be good for you down the line, more down the line, and create through that process a better person.
absolutely.
And that takes time, and that
Yeah.
takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of grieving, and a lot of pain, and a lot of uncertainty, and joy as well. But
Mhm.
still, it's a difficult task, and not everybody's up to it.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can and will experience some setbacks and failures, but you get back up, you do this,
Hmm.
and you continue on.
Absolutely.
You continue on.
And I I make it a practice for myself that, because, we are human, I'm human, I forget to be aware sometimes.
Right,
Right?
right. No,
And so
right,
when I catch myself being unaware, and I bring that awareness to it, I really kind of, rather than beat myself up for going back into old behavior patterns,
right.
I give gratitude for the ability to be aware.
Mm,
At least I can be aware again. At least
important.
I can be aware again, and again and again and again, as long as it takes, because it is going to take a lifetime.
Right, right. And you know what? I have to add something to that. Awareness is the key to change. It's the key to everything. Because if
Absolutely.
you cannot affect, you cannot change, you cannot develop, you cannot a lot of things that you're not aware of, or you refuse to be aware of, or you choose to ignore. Awareness to me, in other words, shining a light on it and knowing, you know, that it exists, the problem or whatever. That's the start right
Yeah.
there. So yes, you can be aware over and over, however many times it takes. And I always like to say, that's one of the reasons why I express gratitude every day I wake up. This is a new opportunity for me to do it again, for me to try, for me to be better, for me to reach another notch towards my better self. So yes,
Yeah,
so
just that I smile so big, because like, just the word gratitude. I don't
right,
it has become such a staple in
right,
my daily practice every single day. And just the overwhelming amount of gratitude that I have sometimes for how much my life has changed. Um, I have visions of where I want to go in the future, but that's then, and this is now. And so, to really give gratitude for how much my life has changed, and to be where it is, I could like I go to tears sometimes, because
right.
it's just absolutely incredible. So, and I think too, that's when I feel the most connected with my higher powers, through gratitude,
Mm,
and truly connected to, like, the oneness of you and me, and then and everybody else. It's just like, through gratitude I can see. Yeah, it's just
right, right, right.
incredible.
Amazing, amazing. Like I said, our connection um is not coincidental. It's the universe orchestrated. Like I said, this is therapy for me. This is therapy for you. This is therapeutic to people that are watching that certain person. It's touching, it's going to touch, and it's just amazing. Uh, give us a little, and I appreciate it. And just for context in this show, I mean, you've read Joe Dispenza. I read it. You've traveled a lot of places in Canada, U.S., Southeast Asia, and South America. I mean, amazing. And also, you've recently become a licensed financial broker. Just give us a little brief insight on how that happened. And you know, you've always been interested in finances. I mean, how'd that come
Oh,
about? Give
not
us
at all.
just give us a little brief insight on that. And you don't have to talk a whole lot about it. Just give us a little insight and how that unfolded. And yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. It's actually a beautiful, to me, it's beautiful. It's a
okay.
beautiful experience. But so I prior to the financial planning, I was in environmental consulting.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so I was managing projects in the oil and gas sector.
Mm, mm,
Um, and I had been very successful in that for 12 years.
okay.
And making my way up the corporate ladder and whatnot. But
Right.
um, you know, getting into the healing and changing my life. I had been drinking and during that time of working in that industry. And so when I came to my healing journey full on, fully committed, um, that just it completely changed for me because that required me to live in a fight or flight uh,
Mm,
nervous system because it
okay.
was go, 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 demand, 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 deadline, deadline, and just I'm going to say a toxic work environment because everybody's out to get everybody. It's not well, not
Yes.
everybody, but
Yes,
uh,
I get what you mean. Yes.
yeah, you know what I
Like a
mean.
cutthroat environment. Yeah.
Cutthroat. No, you want to step on people to get higher,
To get
right?
higher. Yes.
Climb that corporate ladder, and I thought that's what life was all about.
Right.
Making that money, sacrificing your time and your health to
Right.
climb the corporate ladder. I had my spiritual awakening and I realized I had a complete identity crisis, identity breakdown. I associated my job with my identity. And so
Mm.
who was I? I
A lot of
was
people do. No,
exactly,
sorry, but yeah, a lot of people do.
exactly.
And that had once been a struggle for me. And like you said, to bring yourself back to awareness that your job, material things, the car you drive, the clothes you wear, that's not your identity.
No,
Yes.
not even close.
Right.
But yeah, we tend to associate ourselves with
Right.
with that, and that's our identity. And so I kind of just had a complete identity crisis.
Right.
I didn't know who I was without that job, but I knew it was killing me, and I knew it was.
Mm, mm,
I couldn't give my body what it needed working in that environment,
mm,
and so I knew I had to make a change,
right.
and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed for a sign, for anything, and all I wanted was for it to be. I just wanted to help people or inspire people, or I wanted to help people. That's what
Right.
I wanted to do for a job.
Mm,
And so I decided to go back to school for a while. I was taking social work. And again, I felt like it was just climbing that corporate ladder. It was capped by government,
right.
which made it very hard.
Right.
And so I prayed. I was out of work for a few months, and just had no idea what was going to happen. And this just happened to kind of like fall into my lap, so to speak, of the opportunity to get a world-class financial education
Mm, okay.
and start helping people in that way. And
Right.
um, as I've kind of worked through my, I guess I'm going to say money blockages, because I
Right.
do truly think that money is an energy.
Right.
And
Right. I do too. Likewise.
yeah,
Yes.
and so it like money is nothing but physical paper, and so it's a representation of the opportunities it can provide. And so really money is the opportunity.
Mm,
And the opportunity is an energy. And so
Right.
it's all, to me, I kind of just link it in that way.
Right.
And to come into this industry and, there's so many people out there that are financially struggling.
Right.
And I do truly believe that it has something to do with the collective energy
Mm,
of, like, of healing that needs to happen.
right.
And so I found a way to kind of be that, um, and see where that goes. I'm still, like, I'm very excited about it. It's amazing. I've had the opportunity to help a lot of people. Um, and just in the community, with the firm that I'm with is incredible. It's all about growth. It's all about personal development. It's all about, like growing yourself and community and working in team and all of that kind of stuff. So, and that's not, it's healing for me because it's not an environment I grew up in. It's a supportive growth mindset community is not something that I had the liberty of experiencing it in my younger years.
But
And
you were
so,
but you know what? And excuse me again, I have to stop there.
yeah, absolutely.
With your intentions, what your journey, you're attracting all these different elements to you. And I know you know that. But I had to highlight that for people out here that for to remind myself, to strengthen it within myself, and to sort of show this to people, to point this out. Like when you s- uh things will start opening up for you, when you start setting the right intentions and setting those goals. It's not really the goal itself that's the important. It's who you become and what things start to unfold while you're pursuing those goals and those intentions, and you're just showing us in real time you know how that works, and it's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Thank you. That's
amazing.
beautiful.
Amazing, amazing. I had to highlight that because all these wonderful things are happening. And again, I have to remind people, it doesn't mean that you're not going to encounter any setbacks or any adversity through that, but we're not here to talk about all the adversities and setbacks right now. We're here to talk about, you know, all the wonderful things that are unfolding for Lindsay right now and how that's not a coincidence. She set that intention. She got out of her own way. She is following her intuition and those prayers and setting that energy out there, and just the universe is giving her those tools to elevate, to evolve, and to
Absolutely.
help other people in the process. So amazing. I have to highlight that. Amazing.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to say too, like you said, we're not here to talk about the adversities, and they do happen.
They do
Uh,
happen. Right.
and and you know, every time we overcome those,
Mm.
we get better and better at dealing with them, right?
Right.
And
Right. Right.
I find, yeah, I find, because I definitely ride the roller coaster
Hmm.
of the ups and downs of, yes, I feel great, I can do this, and I'm not
Flow.
so.
Flow. Flow. No resistance. Flow.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
learn. Right. Everything happens. And I got to add this to it, for us and not to us.
exactly.
Really embrace that mindset. And that's just the way it will work.
Absolutely.
Even through that time, not saying it's not going to be scary and tough, but just knowing that everything is happening for you. Just
Yeah.
knowing that. And you're a prime example
Mm.
of that being the case. Right.
I
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I love that because,
Right.
like, um everything happens for you. So,
Right.
and that's where
Right.
mindset really truly comes in because, it's the opportunity and the ability to sit in discomfort and
Mm,
allow it to be, rather than run from it, rather than hide from it,
wow.
rather than fight it, and rather than numb it, right?
Sort of like
And
embrace it and ride it
embrace.
through. Embrace
Right,
it and ride it through to the end and watch what happens to
right,
the other side.
exactly, because it does get to the other side, and it
It
starts.
does. You do get through that dark tunnel, Lindsay. You know it.
Yeah,
You do.
absolutely.
You might that roller coaster will take you in that dark tunnel where it's scary and you don't know. Okay, but stay there. Don't jump out of the roller coaster. Stay in it. Stay in it. You'll see that light.
Yeah, and it's a matter of mind frame and how we talk to ourselves in
Right,
that during those
right.
times,
Another
right?
important element. Thank you for highlighting that. Yes.
Absolutely. Because I can choose to be like, oh, I don't feel worthy anymore. I don't think I can do this. You know, I can take a pause
Mm,
and accept where I am and let it be and not
right.
make it permanent.
Mm,
And so through that pause, I can say it's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's okay to feel, a little unsure. It's okay to feel a little bit of
it
doubt,
is okay.
you
That's
know?
that's another key element. It is okay. When I say ride that, and I'm using this analogy, ride that roller coaster in that dark tunnel, it doesn't mean you have to be perfectly at peace. Nope. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be uncertain. But talk to
Mhm.
yourself and be aware that you're being these things and still talk to yourself even further and say, this is happening for me. And I'm going to grow from this
Mm,
and I'm going to be better and things are going to work out just fine.
I love that. I'm gonna
Because
grow.
wherever your energy goes, that's exactly what you reinforce anyway. So what I'm telling people is be careful when you go through things like that. No, oh, everything's gonna fall apart and everything's this because then it might. So,
Mhm,
so no, just know, hey, I'm going through this. It seems scary. It seems like it could go this way, but it's not. Everything's
mhm,
gonna work out. I'm gonna be in a better position, mentally, physically, everything
mhm.
through this. Just know it. And
I
it's
love
amazing.
that.
It's amazing. So we're down to about 5 minutes, and it's just so many powerful things. But before we go, I wanted to get into a little bit about tell us a little bit about your paintings.
Oh, yes, my
Yes,
painting.
yes. Tell us about. Is that one of your paintings behind you?
No, no, unfortunately not. Oh, I didn't even think of putting one of those.
Show us your paintings.
Oh,
You're
dang.
showing somebody else's paintings, and here you are, an artist.
I didn't even think of that. Wow. Yeah,
That's
well.
okay. I think I got it for you. I got you.
Yeah, I've been painting since I don't know when. It's always been an outlet for me. I let my emotions out. I paint, when I feel great. I paint when I don't feel great. It's just a
Right,
true kind of bit of an escape,
right.
Time stands still when I do it and I get lost in it. And it makes other people happy sometimes too. And so that's kind of the main thing. I love doing it.
So,
I
what kind of paintings do you do? What kind? And usually, is there a certain thing that you paint? I mean, yeah.
mm, I kind of paint anything and everything. It kind of just
Okay.
I kind of go with what I'm feeling that day. Um,
Okay.
a lot
Acrylic.
of
Okay.
it's acrylic on canvas.
Okay.
Some of it's abstract, some of it's hyper realism, some of it's kind of like in between the both, and very bright poppy colors. I love colors. I love pop.
Mm.
um, the bright, happy. Some of it's, dark and sad, but
No, no, you know what? Painting, and I know it. Painting is an expression of
exactly.
yourself, an extension. So whatever you feel, if it's dark and sad, you let that out, and that's therapy. So I know it because same with me when I write poems or music. It can be dark and sad. It can be very whatever. It's getting that out.
Absolutely,
Right.
yeah. And it's connecting through emotion,
Right.
and it's truly healing because you never know who you're going to reach with that, and um,
Exactly.
hear it. And the darkness has its own type of beauty. So
Right. Right. Okay. So we're down to about 3 minutes. I'm not trying to rush you, but I just want to get
yeah.
everything out. Everything. So where can people see your paintings? Can you showcase them anywhere? And do you
uh,
sell any of them? I mean, tell us a little bit. Give us that information, please.
I do sell. I
Okay.
sell. I have a Facebook page at L Lutz Art.
Okay.
Um, they're all up there. I do commissioned paintings.
Okay.
I sell my original work,
Okay.
stuff. I don't have a studio right now, but
Okay.
yeah, in the near future, that'll be another.
Yeah,
prayer
you
and
set that
prayer.
intention. Yeah, prayer,
Yeah,
intention, however you want to say it,
yeah,
it'll come at the right time too. And it's
absolutely.
already manifesting right now. It's in action right now. It's
Yeah,
not will come. In the development, because if
that's
that's what you intend, that's what's happening.
yeah.
So yes, I appreciate you coming. Are there any other links? We're down to about 2 minutes. Any other links you'd like to share? Or is that
I have my Instagram, which is also L Lutz Art.
okay?
And then just my Facebook for my financial brokerage, which is just Lindsey Lute on Facebook.
And I'll be sure to incorporate all those links because I know you sent them all to me in the description of this video, um, and
Absolutely.
or audio. So thank you again, Lindsey Lutz, for being here today, sharing us your amazing insight, energy, testimony, just being here, period. Just being who you are. And I appreciate it. You motivated me today. I'm going to tell you that straight up.
Ah,
I have to
thank
say
you.
that. And just, I feel so great. The rest of my day is going to be absolutely amazing because of you. Thank you. And thank you everyone for watching and or listening. I appreciate you very much. And just be sure to hit that subscribe, that like button. Check out the description of this videos. Check out the links. Check out the Enlightened Empowered Evolved website, 333empower.com. And just thank you very much, everyone. Love and appreciation to you. See you soon. Enlightened Empowered Evolved.